Morning and welcome to the Good Morning Education Show this morning. Good morning from Lagos, Nigeria to the rest of the world, to everyone who is connected to us this morning. We say it's a bright and beautiful day on this part on our side of the world, and we are excited to have you all here and joining us on the show this morning. Thank you for being here. Please let's know where you're joining us from. Let's know your location as you log into the show. I'm Finful Falodun, and I will be joined by other analysts this morning as we take you through another very beautiful ride this morning. As you log in, please share the links, share with your friends, with your network, and let everybody be a part of this. Either they're joining us live or they catch up on the show later. Our topic for today is already up. We will be considering if technology is a blessing or a curse to education, and we'll look at both sides. We look at uh, what things could be, how this actually works, situating education in the middle of technology. We usually will start the show with our headlines from the papers. Good morning, Mohammed Okechukwu Bello, from Surulere, Lagos, Nigeria. Good morning this morning. We see you and we are excited to have you with us on the show this morning. If you have any questions, please let's have them as we go on. And as we say, we will try our utmost best to answer the questions. Please also drop your comments as we go on. All right, so on to the headlines for today. We are expanding programs we inherited, says Education Aid. Okay, well, if these are things that the new government or the new administration inherited from the previous one. Yes, absolutely. We expect a continuum. We expect governance to be a continuum, and for things to run, to be handed over, completed, not just started, and the moment one administration is done, that's the end of it. So yes, kudos to that administration and that government for taking the programs they inherited further. Rector says dental college can compete favorably with Nigerian institutions. Okay, well, that is supposed to be the norm, not something to now begin to brag about. Our dental college, we have, I don't know how many thousands of dentists have gone through the dental college. Well, and practicing out there. So being able to compete with other Nigerian institutions shouldn't be news. It should be normal. Is a silly to fresh graduates? Do not trade your values. That's interesting. That's very interesting because, first of all, I'm asking, what are the values that the graduates have, and do they even have values at all? We hear news from schools, from institutions these days, and you wonder really if we have graduates who have any values whatsoever, and if they know what it means to exist and coexist in the world, uh, uh, being fruitful and being productive members of the society. So this is a good call from Obi Ezekwesili to fresh graduates, and then maybe I'll just extend it a little more and say, well, if they do not have the right values or they don't even bother about it, then they should be getting the right values as they move into being productive members of the society. Yes, so guess that's about it. Okay. Adamawa ASUP joins national strike. And what I would say is not again, not again. ASU is just getting over, we're just getting over the ASU strike, and now the ASUP, this is for a polytechnic, Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics. No, not again, please. We have had enough strikes. It's time for us to let's even run a, an academic calendar that is not saddled with all of these breaks and strikes and everything, and people end up living most of their adult lives in the universities. Okay, yeah, that this just came up on Olubadan to honor Senator Okorocha over free education milestone. Senator Okorocha, the former governor, has before he became governor, he had all these tuition-free schools all over the country, which is a laudable one. Yes, having children having access to basic education and even to the secondary school is should not be something that should be open to all. And if he's been providing that consistently over the years, yes, he deserves some accolades. Tension as Unilag commences exams after COVID break. I can imagine that students have been out of school for 12 months or 10 months at the least. And here they are resuming exams right after that break. Probably they should have given them a little time to get back to the classroom, revise, prepare, and get back in the flow of things. Because there's a way you're out of the system, you're out of normal practice of things. There's a way it affects you. And then many of them probably not have been able to do much reading at home and concentrating and focusing on what they need to do. And here they are commencing exams. I'm hoping that the lecturers would here bring in elements of what now? Human psychology to, well, not favor students unnecessarily, but try to understand the frame of mind going into these exams. Young man who works as a trash collector gets accepted into Harvard, shows off his letter. Many react. This is exciting news, actually. This is exciting news. It just shows that things are not always what they seem. So you meet somebody on the way because he's a trash collector does not mean that that is the level of his intelligence or the level or a mark or a reflection of who he is, of what he can do. I'm happy for this young man accepted into Harvard. No, that's a major one. I'm honestly very happy for him and wish him all the best in his academic pursuits and in life. Definitely, his life is not going to remain the same, and that's going to trickle down to his family. That's lovely, lovely. So Lagos Mall's Small Schools Skill Center to reintegrate dropout. This is beautiful, coming on the heels of the immediate past headline that we took. Yes, we need to reintegrate dropouts who, for maybe some reasons beyond their control, have had to drop out of schools. For Lagos State, having this centers, skill centers and schools to take them off the road, off under the bridges, and just being a nuisance to the society, reintegrating them into schools and giving them a chance to make something of their lives. Kudos to Lagos State. Kudos to the governor and good job there, I must say. And at this point, on the 10th month anniversary of Good Morning Education, yes, I'm saying 10 years ahead of the Good Morning Education show, I say, okay, welcome to the show, Mr. Rotimi Eyitayo, this morning. Your mic is
muted. Everyone, thank you. It's a great day to be alive. And we're ringing the bell of blessing to everyone to hear. Yeah. This is the 10th month. Today is the 10th month we've been running this show, and it's been fantastic. And we're going to do so many things today. And I'm sure one of it is just to get feedback from people who've been here for some time now. Has the show been impactful to you? What has been the experience? What has happened to you? What has happened to your job? What has happened to the sector? Do you think what we're doing makes sense, or should we stop it? Should we scrap it? Elder, we're scrapping nothing. All right, this is Rotimi Eyitayo, and we're streaming from Lagos, HQ, Nigeria, to West Africa, to Africa, and the entire world, and to the galaxy and the Milky Way. We are ready, and we are set, and we are ready and live. And I'm bringing Safety Chick as well. Safety Chick, good morning. Welcome to an anniversary episode. Welcome to the show. And well done so far on getting your elo from the other side. Good morning, Safety Chick. How are you today? Safety Chick, are you there? And the only one-woman republic that I know in education is also here. KK in the building. KK, good morning. Good morning. Fashion KK. Teaching KK. Techie KK. Cooking KK. Grilling KK. Farting KK. What? All the alphabets. Take it. So good morning. Yes, welcome to the 10th month anniversary episode of the show, the Good Morning Education Show. And of course, today we will be treating a topic: technology, a blessing or a curse. Technology, a blessing or a curse. And of course, I know that KK is a techie person, and it would be nice to start with KK. Having seen that we have a lot of perspective to technology. One of the mainstream perspectives is what I would like us to start with. Is technology to us in this climate a blessing or a curse or a curse? Is technology in the education system that we practice a blessing or a curse? Over to you, KK.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. I've missed being in this place. Just so many different things trying to juggle. But yeah, so back to the question. Technology is a blessing. It's a blessing, and that B and C or Z of it is that it's a blessing. What technology has done for us is that it has given us the ability to leapfrog several years of development, and that's not something that we should take lightly. Imagine that some of the things that we are able to do now, some of the decisions we're able to make. I mean, I'm looking at the Safety Chick right there, and I'm thinking about her GoFundMe account. She would never be able to do something like that if not for technology, right? So, what is then a curse is when you have this technology, you can see what it is able to do, and then you don't leverage it, and that becomes a curse that we have put on ourselves. So in itself, technology is a blessing. We're able to connect with children across the world. We're able to connect with other teachers. We're able to move beyond the frontiers of our own capacity, simply because we can leverage capacity in another format. And so it is a blessing. In the education sector, there's a lot that we need to do for us to truly reap the benefits of the blessing. And I'm sure that we will progress into that with this conversation. But in all, it's huge a blessing for me, for members of my team, for people to connect with. For example, I just finished what's it called? My teacher makeover academy. I had people from schools everywhere. I had people from other states in Nigeria. The only reason why I was able to do that is because I leverage technology. Same thing with my school leadership course. Imagine I didn't have that technology. It would have just been me and a few people who could come to the place because of the restrictions of COVID-19, right? But people are afraid of learning new things. People are afraid of breaking those boundaries. Until you conquer that fear and move, there will always be that limitation when you think about technology. So for me, it is a huge, huge blessing. Thank you so much, Rotimi. Back to you.
Thank you so much. And you've heard from the Queen of the KK Republic. She's mentioned to us that technology itself is a blessing. And when it becomes a curse, especially how we've made it to limit ourselves, is because of how we structure the things that evolve around it. And which is the same question I'm going to ask Safety Chick. I don't know if she's back now. So Safety Chick, I would like to ask you, technology, a blessing or a curse? Ugochi.
Good morning, Mr. Rotimi. Good morning, Finn. Good morning, Mrs. Ajay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, but the volume seems to be low.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's better now. We can hear you. Hello? Hello?
Okay, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much. I can hear you.
We're having some delay in... Hello? All right, so Finn, let's hear from you, Finn. Technology is a blessing or a curse?
Okay, so I believe that technology is a blessing and it could be a curse. It's a blessing in that it has helped us to unite, to make the world smaller, to make the world more accessible to everybody. We are more now like distance doesn't exist with technology anymore. All of that has been closed up. But it could be a curse. We have had issues with, I mean, we can go on and on and on about the blessings of technology, how it has made our lives easier in the education sector. Information is just at the fingertips of the students now, which in itself may not be a good thing if it's not properly handled or properly managed. We have had issues in schools where, because children are surfing or they're looking for information or doing assignments and all of that, they have been introduced to dangerous websites. They have had people come on, strangers come on. Some of them have been mixed up with all sorts of things. We have had children learning the acts of pornography from technology. Yes, we've had some of the downsides. So it is a blessing, and it is, well, a curse. That's my position on technology. It depends on how it's harnessed. I think the advantages can be played up more than the disadvantages. We can we can prepare children for safe use of the internet. Gochi's here taking safety to children at every level, so we can have them prepared for how to safely use the internet to leverage on the blessings and the advantages of technology. Yes, they can make friends across schools, they can compare notes, they can exchange ideas, they can even collaborate on projects without the distance not being an issue before, you probably would have to travel for maybe days or for some hours to have to collaborate with other students in other schools to do projects and see having spelling bees online, having all of that online. So yes, it is a blessing. And another aspect of it that is a blessing is now in real time, parents can check in on their kids in school. You can we have teachers sending daily reports to parents, sending videos, especially for the preschool age kids, sending videos. Oh, this is what he did today. This is what he achieved today, and you can actively be a part of the lives of the children without having time as an excuse. Oh, I really cannot be there. I can't show up for this. We're having parent conferences, teacher parent conferences, teacher student parent conferences online. So yeah, technology has a huge effect and a huge impact on the education sector. We only need to prepare ourselves as educators and prepare the kids also for safe and proper use of technology. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Ugochi is back, and I'm sure she probably has a better network now. Ugochi, do you want to share with us now?
Okay, so good morning, everybody. Can you hear me better now? Is it much better now? Okay.
Yes.
This network is always trying to make me look unserious. God knows I'm a very serious person. Anyway, good morning, Mr. Ritimi. Good morning, Faye. Good morning, Mrs. Ajayi. So, for me, I would say that technology in itself, it's not a blessing or it's curse. It's how we use it that's the problem. So if we use it to do good stuff, then it's a blessing. If we use it to do negative stuff, then it's a curse. And that's why one of the major things that international organizations are trying to do now is there's a whole concentration on online safety, because the pandemic pushed everybody to sort of go online. And even those that know about using online platforms and those that do not know about it are up there, and this makes it very easy for them to fall prey to all sorts of stuff. And so there's a premium being paid for online safety intervention, software, hardware, and content to be created so that technology does not harm people, most especially young children. And so, like Finny rightfully mentioned, it's now important for us to now begin to pass on the information to younger children so that they grow knowing that this thing can be used positively, and they begin to think from the positive aspect of things. They learn positive etiquette for engaging online. They learn the things they should not put out there, even when they're using their parents' devices. And this is actually why this year's summit we're tackling online safety and online education, because the truth is, technology is going to keep on being used more and more and more. I know that it might seem like penetration is not as much, but things are happening fast. Things are really growing. If nothing else, COVID has caused that shift to encourage people to begin to think on leveraging technology for what they do. And so this means that in the coming years, even more solutions leveraging technology would be there. People are now more comfortable just accepting deliveries in their houses as opposed to going out to go and shop. People just want everything done for them. And most especially the generation coming behind us, those ones, if they even have a way to just stay in the house and think and the thing will appear, they will take it. They are not like us that want to follow the hard way. So it's our place to now ensure that from the beginning we're teaching that positivity. And because again, modeling is very important, so we teach positivity and we also model it so that young people would increasingly look at it. In fact, I'm currently part of the UN ECOSOC youth event that is taking place currently. It started yesterday, and there are 10,000 of us across the world, and we are all doing that on an online platform. Yesterday night, I met somebody from Brazil, from Peru, from Mexico, young people doing amazing work. Why? Technology. Otherwise, we would have all had to shop physically in New York. But we are all in our houses, still achieving the same thing. Talking with all the various ministers and all that. So yes, it depends on how it is used. It can totally do so much good for us, and then it can be used negatively.
Thank you so much. And which takes me to the next question. I want AK to handle that. Because it's like there's a lot of fuss about technology as a thing rather than a process. Because if you look at it, it's almost going to look like technology is only digital. It's almost going to look like technology is internet, technology is streaming, technology is conferencing. I want KK to kind of dwell more on that, open our eyes to see that technology in itself is about improvement on things, and it doesn't necessarily mean that we're talking about gadgets, as it were. So over to you, Kiki.
Rotimi, you said it all. I don't know what you want to add. You just nailed it, right? I mean, technology is doing things faster, easier, so that's what technology is. It doesn't necessarily involve gadget. It's just what is that thing that you need to do to make things easier. So a lot of times it might require you putting in using a bit of and gadgets and tools, but it's not necessarily that, right? Because if you haven't thought about the process and what you're going to do with that tool, then guess what? It's going to be useless to you. So if, for example, I'm a small business and I say, oh, you know what, I need to collect data from my clients. Am I going to go around their houses and be writing their numbers and emails? And no, I can't, right? So I just ask myself, what can I use as an enabler to do this quicker, faster, easier? And I think, oh, I can have a Google form. Oh, I can have a website, right? And so those are the kind of things that I can do very easily, and that works. So yeah, so that's something that we can do. So that's why it's a process. The things that will happen before you use something else. If not, then it's going to be a wasted effort.
And this is the reason that a lot of times we don't have many people partake in the ecosystem. Also, probably not even benefit as much, because it's like we've restricted it to a discipline of those who studied IT, computer education, or those who've gone for courses, or those who are techie, as it were. The word techie in itself is misplaced or misused, because if we all as educators begin to look at better processes, then we are techie. Do you understand? We might not be gadget techie people or gadget savvy people, but the truth of the matter is, you said?
Go ahead.
Okay, so the truth of the matter is the gadget actually comes as almost a manifestation or a response to the technology. So if we have more educators who understand this perspective or this aspect or dimension of technology, we will see more people become players actively, even from our clients. And there's money to be made, because once you start thinking about it, it will not be restricted to your zone. It probably will leverage on globalization. And you can now have, just like you said, KK, you can have people subscribe to things that are beyond your physical domain or geographical space. Why? Because, take for example, the teacher makeover was technology, right? That's the academy itself was technology. The medium and the tool you leverage on was the tool of technology, meaning that you needed to have had the substance.
The framework, the process.
We have the substance, but we are using the substance with defective mindset, defective eyesight, defective disposition. So most times what happens is everybody's waiting for something to be said. Look at the abacus, we call it invention. The abacus machine, the calculating stuff. It's technology, but it's not really looking like the current gadget. Look at the typewriter. The typewriter is technology. Shorthand is technology. Coding is technology. And I'm not talking about the recent codes. Morse code is technology, right? And it's applicable. Now think about it. Any little people say, oh, you have to get this software, you have to get this gadget. Forgetting the fact that even in churches are misplacing this understanding of technology, right? If you are able to do something faster and better for someone, you can find out that a department is better as technology than a medium online as technology. You understand? So we need to get that consciousness. Otherwise, everybody just be going now. The gadget ecosystem is booming. Unfortunately, the industry that will service it. So that's why I find out that a phone gets spoiled and then you are now stuck with what repair, because people are not looking at how to make life easier end to end in the value chain, you know. So we need to get to that point, really, really. All right. So Gideon is saying artificial intelligence is scary with little or no regulations. And let me ask you and safety chick.
I absolutely agree with him. If we have taken time to watch videos, documentaries on artificial intelligence and what robots can do without regulation, without control, it is scary. It's like we just wake up one day and our world is completely overtaken and overridden by bots. It's sometimes I feel like wow, because the thing is these things are not destructible. They don't have emotions, they don't have feelings. So once they're programmed to go out and they're giving instruction, the instruction is programmed into them and they are out. That is it, they are out. There is no begging, there is no appealing, there is no the human side of it is completely taken away. So yes, I completely agree with Gideon. Before we go fully into the artificial intelligence world and deploying bots and all of that, there has to be real strong regulations in place. So there really has to be strong regulations.
Safety chick, how about you? What's your thought? Gochi, are you there? Okay,
Yes, sir.
Right,
So
yeah.
yes, you know, there's this thing that intelligent devices and a lot of tech around us are becoming more intelligent, and that's why sometimes you might just say something in conversation to someone, and then you begin to see the ads all over, all over the place. So yes, there is that. I understand that part of it being scary, because what if somehow someone just, someone who has evil intention just takes advantage of what these machines can do and then use it negatively? If you've seen the documentary on the social network, well, that may not, it may look like, okay, that one is not necessarily evil, but you can just see how easy it is for someone to just, stay somewhere and create a programming, and then it affects everybody across the world. So yes, it is scary, and that's why currently they're trying to do all these regulations and ethics around it to ensure that it is regulated. Otherwise, man, it's going to be a problem. As much as these things are helpful, when it gets into the wrong hands, it can be used negatively. So I am really hoping that all the regulation and ethics are put in place, and that the penalties are dire, so that when anybody is caught misbehaving, they would face the consequences, and it also serve as a lesson to others, so that these things are put in check.
Fantastic. And really, the new Godzilla. Let me just say this, and I probably want KK to weigh in on it as well. And you guys can also say this. You know that I've discovered that we sometimes also fail to realize that the calendar itself is technology. So when we talk about 2025, 2030, 2040, 2050, and you're talking about having a 10-year plan and all those things, your planning, your goal setting, your calendar mapping in itself is technology. KK, I would like you to really come in on this, because people need to recognize that technology is not sectorial. It's not just one industry. Technology is even to the entire fabric of our lifestyle and well-being, right? KK, are you there? Hello, KK. Okay. Fee, what do you think about what I said? Fee and safety check. What do you think, Fee?
Yeah, like you said earlier, that technology has existed with us for eons. we didn't recognize it as technology. I mean, all of the tools that came out of Egypt, all of the building, spoons, all of this is technology. The only thing is that in these times, they're getting more intelligent, they're getting more interesting, they're getting more, they make life easier. And so we kind of refer to the new age of technology as technology in quotes. But yes, like I, as we were talking, I was just thinking about it like, okay, so if I'm making a 5-year plan really and projecting into the future, looking at what I'm going to do, like
that's technology now.
I'm laying the foundation for something better for me. And
And that's
I
how
will
to,
talk about these things like
that's how to predict the future actually.
I'll talk about these things like I know for certain. Yeah, like I know for certain this is going to happen. So in first quarter of 2021, I'm do the in second quarter of 2024, I will do this, I would achieve this, I would, that's really is us putting technology to use and not just realizing that it doesn't have to be speaking, talking, thinking gadgets or processes for it to be technology.
So let me give a twist to this. You mentioned something about the pyramid, the ancient pyramid in Egypt, right? I can't remember which year. I was having a discussion and I stumbled on a detail online. That do you know that you're saying that right now the technology age is far more improved and better? Well, I don't totally want to agree with you. The Egyptian pyramid, it is said that it is so perfectly aligned with the Earth's equator, and they did not have measuring tools to be able to measure the Earth's core or the crust into the equator. The Empire State Building in New York, right, in the US, and all these other buildings that you're seeing that we're witnessing in the places and likes like Dubai, they are not as perfectly as aligned as those prehistoric pyramids. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So, you talk about technology. Trust me, I remember I went for a summer vacation some time ago in the UK, and the person trying to renovate our apartment was saying something about. I'm sure you know Neil Armstrong was recorded as the first man on the moon. So he said that image that is inspired. You know, there's this image where it looks like he's bending. You know, so he said that when Neil Armstrong got to the moon, he found a black man on the moon, meditating like this. And he said that he was wondering how that one got to the moon without spaceship. I'm not asking you that. How did that happen? It was ganja. So
it probably has something to do with what Gideon is saying. I don't think that's discussion for right now. But you see, when you talk about aligning the Egyptian pyramid with the equator, those guys were a lot more maybe spiritually attuned to their environment, to energies, to stuff in the atmosphere and all of that. They were a lot more attuned to these things. They trained themselves to be able to read alignment of stars, alignment of this and that. And even though they didn't have the kind of gadgets that we have now, they were more accurate because, well, their inner compasses, their inner sense of direction, their innate abilities were a lot more accurate than what we're seeing now. So yes, I agree with Gideon, and yes, that's why we have some of the. That's why the thinking man got on the moon. Before Neil Armstrong. That's how he got there.
And if we were to tribalize it, would have said that people would have had There's something called Egbe in Yoruba. I know about Egbe Airlines. You just tell everybody to meet you at one corner of the road, and next thing you just raise your leg and you start. You appear somewhere else.
I just touched the wall and
there was there was this myth. I don't know. No, it's not a myth, but I was told a story about an Oba of. I don't know if KK heard that story. There's an Oba in Jebugbo that he was involved in a plane crash, and the ideal thing is that you can't become an Oba except the previous Oba was properly buried or something like that. But this particular Oba, it was said that they were monitoring his trip in the air. So by the time the plane had issues, there's something called Egbe. Egbe is like transporter. So if you're familiar with Power Rangers or all those go-getters and all those things. So Egbe carried him from the plane and landed him beside a river. And then from there, another crocodile carried him, but then they don't know where the GPS went. So they couldn't find the Oba's body.
Oh my goodness.
So imagine we start doing Egbe for school runs.
That would be perfect for Lagos traffic. Really.
You're going to take a school. You just do Egbe.
You just put the kids in the sitting room. You just put the kids in the sitting room, blink, and then
you now find yourself in Kirikiri.
We need to properly calibrate Egbe for that. That's another use of technology.
Who is going to calibrate Egbe? Egbe is spiritual forces, quantum realm. Avengers and Justice League. Anyway, it's very important that people understand that. I love the way Safety Chick brought another perspective, that technology is not good or bad. It's the use of technology that determines, or the interpretation of the use that determines it. And of course, KK also said technology is good, and then it depends on what you're resting on. And we've also shared that technology should not be seen just as gadgets, so we don't limit ourselves from the possibilities around it or feel helpless. Technology is also a process. It's not just a thing, right? It's a process. It involves people feeling or being a part of it. It doesn't mean that you studied business admin. I studied computer science, so it's for computer scientists. No, technology is more of everything and everyone. But then I'd like to maybe veer off a bit and ask people like Gideon, SCN, Cadet Academy TV, Chinyere, and all our viewers. Today exactly, and Temitope Tanimojo, today exactly marks our 10th month on the Good Morning Education Show, and we would like to hear from you guys. What has been the experience? It's almost like saying happy birthday to us. Don't worry, we'll celebrate the 1 year in style, right? But let's hear from you guys. What has been the journey so far? Type, send something. Let us know what has been the journey so far, guys. But then while we're waiting for them, I think we can ask our analysts.
Sorry, Mr. Rotimi, I missed the question. Sorry.
I said, how has it been so far?
With technology?
No. It's 10 months today on the show.
Oh, it's been amazing. I've learned so much. So much. I mean, there's some times where I'm thinking about something and I go back to a past show and I just listen, right? So I've learned so much. I've met so many people. The offsite. Of course, I've learned how to use StreamYard. I've met Fini. Gladys is not here right now, but I've met her. I've gotten closer to Safety Chick, Titi, even yourself, right? Nana. Gideon, everybody. So it's been really good because with this show, there's so much we can do with it. And just having this sort of resource that people can always go back to, I think is absolutely amazing. So I have loved and I love this show. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Safety Chick, you want to say something so far?
Yes, this has been a very, very good experience for me. I've loved connecting with all the analysts on a very different level. Prior to now, maybe I just knew them on social media, but now it's almost like we are family. Then, of course, getting to talk about
Family.
it different, getting to talk about all the different issues and giving our perspectives is great. Getting to also meet our committed viewers like Gideon, like Nana, sharing their own thoughts and perspectives. I've missed Nana. Whoever has a direct contact, please tell her that we have missed her. But it's just been an amazing, amazing experience. I can't believe that would soon be a year. Like what? We've been doing this for almost a year. Thank God for everything. So, and thank you, Mr. Rotimi, for running with this, regardless of everything that was thrown at you, the situation. Thank you for still staying true.
Safety Chick had to say that.
No, it's not easy to do anything. Anybody that has done something for a long time, you will definitely face challenges. And challenges can be anything, right? So
Yeah.
it's for you to stay the course, even with the challenges. It's also it shows you have staying power, you have grit, you are resilient, and that's a good thing. Anyway, you don't even have choice with the kind of mother that you have.
Uh,
You have to be a star,
you guys,
right?
okay. So, Faye, you want to say something?
Yeah, for me, the Good Morning Education show has been like favorite hangouts in the morning. I like the fact that topics that would usually not be discussed is shied away from, and we know that these things are there but we don't want to talk about them. But on the Good Morning Education show, we talk about it. We get different perspectives. We get it's light-hearted sometimes, it's serious sometimes, it's punchy sometimes, but at the end of the day we're contributing a lot. And since I started following the show, I have had people who have sent messages and said, "Oh, I saw your show this morning. That was really good. Oh, I shared it to this person." So yeah, it's the impact is far-reaching. It's more far-reaching than we think or that we know. People are watching. They are gaining stuff. The contributions from the tribe is interesting. Contributions are insightful, and yeah, just for me, it's just been like that favorite like morning coffee. It's been a great
Now that you
time. Yeah.
mentioned coffee, I am going to drink coffee this morning. For those of you that know, you know. All right, thank you for Gideon.
I was
Gideon is
almost not
saying,
going to say that, but
for
yeah,
me, I give
sorry,
kudos to you guys
it
for
just happened.
consistency. The conversation must spark a lot of thinking and rethinking for me. Every topic is fresh, great experience. Happy time on. Thank you so much, Gideon. And we have Collins saying good afternoon. Collins, okay, it's morning here. Are you in Japan or somewhere? Collins, tell us where you're streaming from. It's morning here right now. And of course, Chinyere, Princess Chinyere is consistent tribe member as well. Happy 10-month anniversary to the Good Morning Education Show. Interesting topics have been discussed, diverse perspective from the analysts. Thank you so much. And of course, thank you so much, guys. So as we are about to bring this to a close, we know that on the show this week, we especially decided to do some Easter kind of thing. We actually asked people to tell us their wish, and we're able to do something about the wishes that we got. We've supplied the pizza, and now we're working on the second one. So I believe that by tomorrow or to the end of the day, we'll communicate with the second Eunice on how she'll get our wish and get it come to pass. Um, on this note, Ugochi, I'd like you to just give us. I hope this celebration is not just an audio.
You sound like you like me to give us what?
No, you're afraid of me.
I just
Thou
hope the
shalt not be
celebration will not be an
afraid.
audio one. Won't there be
Thou shalt
item
not be.
7?
Item 7, there's e-refreshment. So keep it up. One day you guys will be the gatekeepers. Thank you. Amen to the prayers. And from the Queen of Abuja, Lola Neke, Cadet Academy TV. Congratulations. It's been an amazing show. Quite informative. I particularly like the fact that the topics deal with real life issues. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you for reaching out today and always staying there, encouraging on the sidelines. So at this point in time, I believe we are going to draw the curtains on the show. So I'm going to ask Ugochi to give us a lovely parting shot. And of course, please note, Ugochi is still going on the crowdfunding campaign for our program. And I'm so impressed. I'm so excited about the support. And we want to encourage everyone listening today and anyone watching the replay to go out there and support Ugochi. If you support Ugochi, you're supporting me. If you support Ugochi, you're supporting Fee. If you support Ugochi, you're supporting KK. If you support Ugochi, you're supporting PT, you're supporting Jude, you're supporting everyone, Rhoda and Eben, and of course, last born Ifiok. So go out there and support Ugochi. All right. So Ugochi, parting shot, over to you.
Okay, so thank you so much for asking all of them to support me. As a parting shot, I'll just say that try not to put your mind towards technology as being difficult, as being far out of your reach, as being something that you cannot learn. Nobody is too old or too non-techy to learn anything. And remember that we've also mentioned that technology is not just about gadgets and all that. Technology is anything that makes your life easier. It's just as simple as that. Anything that makes your life easier, it's technology. So please be as open-minded as possible. And aside the little things, also try to be a bit more open-minded to learn even the things that you think are difficult. Just play around with it. For example, maybe you've never done an Instagram reel before, play around it on your phone. Nobody needs to know
Or
that.
ask Ugochi to teach you. Ugochi will teach you.
So just basically just be open-minded, and you see that technology can help you do so much and make an impact across different locations. Thank you all so much for joining our show this morning.
And you almost sounded like you're going to say, this is China's television or something like NTA. Thank you so much.
I had to catch myself that, okay, we have not said the final word.
The stroke of the E-cane. All right, so Fee, over to you, your parting shots. Fee, are you there? So give us your parting shots as we end the show. Okay, at this point in time, we'll need to round off, and then let's have the sign off from the ladies, Ugochi and Fee.
It's always a great morning on the Good Morning Education Show.
It's always a great morning on the Good Morning Education Show. From our 10th month anniversary to you, right back at you. Make sure you have a great time today, a great day at work, or anything you're going to do. Make it great. Whatever you do, make it great. Thank you, Cadet Academy. Thank you, Gideon Essen. Thank you, everyone. And thank you. All right. See you tomorrow.